Investigation into a house explosion that injured 5 firefighters.
Let's listen in live to that press conference.
Around 9 o'clock, and as they landed in town yesterday, they came right from the airport to the hospital to wish our firefighters well. So I wanted to thank the mayor for taking that time last night. As you know, last night we responded to 3425 North 38th Street for natural gas odor in the building. A common run for us as our firefighters were attempting to ventilate the house. The natural gas ignited and an explosion followed. The explosion caused the injury of 3 of our firefighters and 1 civilian, in which they were quickly transported to the hospital. For the next 2 or 3 hours, our firefighters were on the scene and to take care of the fire that ensued in that building. During that firefight, we had a couple more injuries, and those individuals were also transported to the hospital and were treated. Of our 5 injuries last night, we were very fortunate. We had 1 firefighter who suffered heat exhaustion as they worked the fire for the next couple hours. He was brought to the hospital, treated, and released, and the good news, he went back to duty. 1 firefighter suffered an injury when the roof collapsed during overhaul. Overhaul is the process where we go through the building and put out spot fires. Part of the roof collapsed. He was pinned for a little while. Our guys on a rescue company quickly got him out, and we rushed him to the hospital, and he had some neck and back injuries. He was treated, released, and he's on the mend. We had 1 firefighter with a minor burn. He was treated and released last night, and hopefully he'll be back to work in a couple days. The 2 firefighters who were caught in the explosion and took the brunt of the explosive charge, they both suffered burns to their face and their hands and a little ways up their arms. 1st-degree burns to their face, 2nd and some 3rd-degree burns on their hands. They're still both at the burn unit at Columbia St. Mary's. The good news is they're both well, they're both going to recover, they're in good spirits. We know they'll have a long and difficult extended recovery, and we expect that they'll both return to duty after they have recovered. With that, I'd like to just take a few minutes to talk about some of the dangers of natural gas and propane, to kind of let our citizens know we've had 2 natural gas, I shouldn't say we have 2 explosions. The house up in Glendale, they didn't determine what exactly caused that explosion, but we've had 2 explosions in the Milwaukee area in the last week. So we just wanted to talk a little bit about what should our citizens do to make sure if they smell natural gas or if they smell propane, what exactly should they do? First, they need to know that natural gas is colorless and odorless. We actually put a foul-smelling odor in natural gas, an additive called mercaptan. It makes it smell like rotten eggs. Second important point is natural gas rises. So if you have a natural gas leak, it gathers at the ceiling rather than the floor. And we all know it's utilized our stoves, our furnaces, sometimes heaters, sometimes water heaters. It's brought in, pipelines underground, and then brought up to our house and our gas meter. If you have a natural gas, or if you smell that telltale sign in your house, we want to make sure everybody immediately evacuates the home. The other thing is we want to ask, don't use any electrical device. Don't use your telephone, turn off or on any switches. If the concentration of gas is just right, the spark from an electric switch, contact when you may make your phone, or even a static electricity could actually cause an explosion, could actually cause that gas to ignite. Call 911 when you get outside and report the smell of natural gas. if it's a gas leak outside, one of the good things about natural gas, again, is it goes up. So it actually goes up, and a nice gentle breeze will take it away in the atmosphere. It's still dangerous. We need to keep people away from the area, keep traffic away from that area, and call 911. Just a few things about propane. Propane is that gas we put in our 20-pound cylinder to run our charcoal grills. Some people use them. Some homes have propane for their furnaces, maybe a portable heater. Propane is just like natural gas. It has an additive that makes it smell like rotten eggs, maybe a smelly skunk. Propane has one different characteristic. Propane falls. It's actually heavier than air. So if it's in the house, it would collect in the basement. A little more dangerous, even if it's outside, propane falls, travels the ground, essentially looking for an ignition source. So if you smell that propane leak, very important again, leave your premises, don't touch anything electrical, your cell phone, we don't want a spark. Call 911 when you get away and report that you have the smell of possibly natural gas or propane gas. And never tamper with those safety devices on your propane tank. Most propane tanks they can last up to 40 years. They're very safe if they're handled correctly and if they're not dropped. So with that, I just ask our citizens in the light of what's happened in the last couple of weeks to be careful, to be a little more cognizant of that smell, and be very careful if they do have that smell. Make sure they evacuate the area and do call 911 right away. Now, I'll take a few questions if you have some.
Milwaukee Fire Chief Mark Rohlfing answering some questions about yesterday's natural gas explosion that badly injured a duplex near 38th and Keefe on the north side. We did not hear precisely what caused the explosion, although we did hear an update on the conditions of the 5 firefighters.